Hello.
Hi,
How are
how are
you?
you?
Good. How are
Hi.
you?
Good.
Amazing. So I think we'll start with a breathing exercise and a meditation, like we always do. Sound good? Okay, we'll do that. Some people are joining for the first time, first Q&A, right? Christina, I see you. See your name. Rohan. So glad so many of you could join. Okay, amazing. So I'll start with the breathing and meditation like we do every time. So let's sit comfortably. And we can you want to just relax your hands on your lap, palms facing up, eyes closed, and just sit comfortably. Sometimes people think in meditation you have to have this like stiff upper back, and no, there's nothing like that. Just you want to be comfortable, but just not that comfortable that you go to sleep. So it's better to sit up than lie down. And just relax your eyelids. You can close your eyes or keep them half shut. And just take some deep breaths and just notice where you're at right now. You can tune into your body and notice where your body is on a scale of energy. So is it very energized or very fatigued or somewhere in between? Where does it fall today? And then just check in with your body. And also check in with your breath. How's the breath moving? Is it going deep into your lungs? Is it shallow? Where is it right now? And also notice the stream of thoughts. What's the traffic like in your mind right now? Is it high traffic, lots and lots of thoughts, low traffic, somewhere in between? And also noticing any feelings, emotions that are floating through your system, just observing them. So you see, just taking stake of where you are right now at this moment. Let's take a deep breath in and out. And we'll do a breathing exercise, which is called straw breath. So where you're going to take a big, deep breath in through the nose. And then you're going to purse your lips to make the tiniest of little holes. And you're just going to blow your exhale out slowly through that tiny little hole. And again, deep breath in. Exhale, purse your lips. So you have the tiniest little hole between your lips and breathe out through that tiny straw. It's called straw breath. You're breathing out through a straw. And continue like this. Deep breath in. And continue in this way, keeping your eyes closed, your body relaxed, breathing out as if through a straw. Long, deep exhale. Deep breath in. Long, slow exhale, like through a straw. Continue breathing out any stresses or strains or challenges from the week. Eyes are closed. And continue deep breath in. Continue. 3 more deep breaths this way. Make the last breath the deepest inhale you've had all day. And relax the breath. Come back to normal breath, eyes closed. And let's leave the left hand on the lap and bring the thumb to the right nostril, of the thumb of the right hand to the right nostril. The index finger and middle finger of the right hand to the between the eyebrows, and then the ring finger and the pinky on the left nostril. So I'll repeat: the left hand is on your lap, palm facing up. Your right hand is up with your thumb on your right nostril, index and middle finger at the center of the eyebrows, and the ring finger and pinky on the left nostril. Let's take a deep breath in here. Closing the right nostril, exhale through the left. Deep breath in, left side. Closing the left nostril, exhale right. Deep breath in, right side. Long exhale, left side as you close the right nostril. Keep that right nostril closed as you inhale on the left side. Close the left nostril, exhale right. Inhale, long deep breath, right side. Close the right side, exhale left, long deep exhale. Inhale, left side. Closing the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch and exhale left. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. And continue in this way. You're switching after each inhale. If you wish, you can bring the thumb and the index finger of the left hand together. Long, deep inhale and exhale. After exhaling on the left side, relax the hands on your lap. Palms facing up, eyes remain closed. I just want you to check in again with your internal landscape, noticing any shifts from those breathing exercises. Notice if your body feels different. Also notice if your breath is different. Are you breathing more slowly, more deeply? And also notice any change in the traffic in your mind and in how you feel. In minutes with the breath, you can access your sovereignty. You can access more peace from which to act with more wisdom, intention, and in greater alignment with how you want to show up. We have this gift easily accessible anytime. Roll your shoulders a little and sit back, relax, palms open on the lap. And just listen to any sounds that you hear around you. Some of you may be hearing traffic. Some of you may be hearing voices around you in other rooms. You may be hearing white noise. Whatever you're hearing, welcome all the sounds. Be at peace with whatever sounds are there around you. Take a deep breath in with a smile and let it go. Bring your awareness to your body. Relax the feet, calf muscles, the knees, thighs, and hips. Relax the abdomen, the lower back. Relax the abdomen. Release the muscles in the abdomen. Upper back and chest. Relax. Shoulders, the chest muscles. The right fingers and hand. The right wrist and forearm. The right elbow, upper arm and shoulder. Relax the left fingers and hand. The left forearm. The left elbow, upper arm and shoulder. Relax the neck and the throat. The back of your head. The jaw. The mouth and the cheeks. The nose. The muscles around your eyes. The temples. Forehead. And the top of your head. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, relax your whole body, a whole body, this precious gift, the body. Being grateful for this body, your home. This is your home. Honor the body. The body honors you. Honor the body. It gives you life. It's the most precious gift that we have. Honor the body. And bring your awareness to the heart. Just gentle awareness in your chest. And relax. You are love. Let it permeate every cell in your body. Relax and let go. Deep breaths. like waves through your system, purifying and energizing your whole body. You are love. Deep breath in and out. Relax more and more. And be at ease with all that is at this moment. At this moment, everything is okay. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. And then bring your awareness back into your body, to your toes. You can squeeze your toes, your feet, move them around, keeping your eyes closed. You can gently roll your neck, your shoulders, bringing your awareness back into your body. Rotate your wrists. Take a deep breath in and breathe out, keeping your eyes closed. Notice the state of your mind now compared to when we first closed our eyes. And then slowly and gently, when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Hi, everybody. So good to see you all. How are you? I'm good.
Great. Thank you for that beautiful meditation and breathing.
Oh, Lord, my pleasure. It's so nice. It's so lovely to meditate, but there's something about doing it together, right?
Mhm.
It's like a different feeling. Yeah. How are you all? What is on your mind? How are things going? I have received several messages from people saying, I have not been able to do the course, or I've not been able, I just want to tell you, it just doesn't matter. Like, relax. We're going to do this again. I think I'm going to start another one end of April, and you can just join in. You don't have to pay. You've already paid. Like, you're fine. You can join in and we can do this all over again. So it's not meant to be rushed through, right? You don't want to be stressed doing something like this. Even if you get through 2 modules, great, and next time if you get through 3 modules, great. All of this is a lifelong journey anyways. So it just serves as a reminder, every time we just, okay, oh yeah, oh look, this imprint just took hold of my mind. And I know it's not real. I know it's false, but it still has a hold on my mind right now. Isn't that interesting? Right?
Yeah.
Awareness. Anybody want to? Yeah, someone had their hand raised. Oh, Susan, hi.
Listening to module 6, I thought, how did you plan it? Like with the beginning of Lent and Ramadan? I thought it was so apropos about eating healthy
Yes,
and
isn't that
getting off
interesting?
meat.
Yeah,
So
Lent and
you planned it
Ramadan.
really well. Thank you.
It's so true, right? This is a time of renewal and of contemplation around the world. Renewal, contemplation, honoring of self and other. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. How's it going? Is it going okay? Module
Yep,
6, yeah. I
yep.
just realized that as I was building the course, I was putting in, it just seemed like it was going to be more and more with each module because it's building on the last ones. So I hope it hasn't been too overwhelming for you. I know module 6 has a lot in it, but I just had to share this content because it's so powerful. Like, like for example, like the oil treatment that I share in there, it can seem so trite from a Western perspective. Like, why would, okay, you're just putting oil on your body, but from the Ayurvedic perspective, it is so deeply medicinal and soothing. And I've seen for myself when I was postpartum, unable to sleep because my babies were waking up and it was making me too nervous to really sleep. I just noticed, wow, like just doing that is so powerful for anxiety. And I recommend it all the time. But yeah, I just some things like that I just had to include. So, anyways, Lisa and then Lee. Hi, Lisa.
Hi. We're wearing this. Not only do we have the same last name, but we're wearing the same color. So
Yay.
there you go. Um, I'm only like I'm way behind in the course, but what I will say is that the bits that I've been able to cover so far have been phenomenal. Like just the how I show up with clients and with who I'm trying to help. And just in my day-to-day life, it's just I can hardly wait to be able to get back into the full program. So it's
Amazing.
been it's so powerful. Like it's just like this inside this glow is just coming out, and it's like I was at a neighborhood event last night, and it was like I was just so present, and people were responding to me. So I'm very excited to see what is next in this program for me. So
Lisa, I love that. What practices do you feel have helped you gain most of those benefits, or what have you been able to
I
consider?
think it's just the daily meditation. So
Yeah.
doing that, which I've struggled with in the past, and I struggle with now still, but when I do it, I just feel more of that internal sort of strength. But it's different. It's like glow. It's this internal glow, and then just taking time to reflect and to after listening to the lessons that you provided us, like it increases awareness.
Yeah. Increases
Yeah.
awareness. Wonderful. Are you using the app to meditate?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I find
sometimes I forget. Like I took another part day off to ski again, and I was on the chairlift, and I was like, I didn't have the app or anything. I was just there, and I was doing the meditation while I'm going up the mountain. It was
yeah.
awesome. So
Oh, I bet.
yeah.
So nice, Lisa. Thank you for sharing. I love that. The internal glow. The internal glow. And
Yeah.
it makes me think, children naturally have that internal glow, right?
Hmm.
And for like meditation and these kinds of practices, they align you back with that. So it's so fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Lisa. Lee? Hi, Lee.
Hi. Sorry, I just wanted to say it's so nice to see everyone's faces because I listened to the recordings.
Mhm.
And then also just I had so much relief when I saw that we could take the course again. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I was doing the course like kind of slowly, and then I had a pain flare up and I stopped meditating. So I really appreciate being able to start over again and have that opportunity.
Absolutely, Lee. You're more than welcome. And the breathing also might be good for you with pain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. And also I initially thought it was part of the course to do the art of living, which I did years ago. So I was interested that I saw an email or something about that you might be.
So this is not the Art of Living course. Like this is a course
Right,
based
right.
on
Yeah.
my book.
Yeah.
But for everyone who wants to learn sky breath meditation, I recommend doing it through Art of Living. So if you've done it in the past, I think there's like a repeater fee, like a nominal repeater fee. But I recommend, so that practice is very, very good also for pain. Yeah.
Okay. So is there going to be like a connection between, like, are you going to
I was trying to organize the
facilitate?
course
Yeah.
for people who are interested, and
Mhm.
I still can. In fact, there's one person on this course who was teaching an Art of Living course, I think. Who was
Oh.
it? Here, maybe. And she was offering that she has. I can send that out. Yeah.
I would love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll just probably retake it.
Yeah, you can
So,
just look
thank
online.
you.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lee. Sana. Hi, Sana.
Hello, everyone. I'm from southern Spain, sunny Marbella, and it's raining like heck for 2 weeks now.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, this course has been so great. And I love the way you put it so that you release each week something new. And that's very good because it is a bit overwhelming. That's a lot of information there. Even I mean, I've been doing these things for a long time, but it's still. But I really enjoy it, and I'm glad we're getting more time and that we can rejoin in April because it needs really work. And actually, I'm painting as I'm listening to us now. It's not done yet, but I actually paint. This was, what is it, Lisa, the Wall Street woman? Who was it?
Lynn Tilton.
Yeah. So I started painting, listening to her. So I really like painting when I listen to people, and it kind of just involves all of me and the colors and all that. But I wanted to share also that I think it was last time I said that it's been so much grief for me that came up with this, and I was like dumbstruck, and then a few things happened. I met someone, integrated psychologist, really good, and I could get out of this. She or I, whatever, pierced this bubble of grief that I'd been in for 9 months, and then I got my energy back a bit. And actually, just a week ago, I decided, because when I was 6 years old, I decided I wouldn't cry, and I decided I wouldn't be angry because that's. And now I'm like, I mean, I have cried and been angry a lot, but now I was like, if you can decide those things, I can decide to be happy and to laugh. So I decided to start laughing last week. But simulate just laughing. So I've been laughing so much. Like I start in the morning with laughing in the bed, and I laugh when I drive in the car, because my rationale would that I would dissolve my grief by laughing. If I can't cry, I would laugh, and the laughing is very similar muscles, and it just really gets your body going. It's wonderful, and I get happy too, which is super advantage. So 1 week of laughing therapy here, and it's going so good. I'm so,
I love
so
it,
amazing.
Sam. I love that.
And now I'm checking the research, and research backs it. It's solid. This is it, and it's actually simulated laughing is stronger, more powerful than spontaneous laughing. So just laugh.
I love it. And it is such a stress reliever. I remember this story. I know I've shared a lot of ridiculous stories in my book, but there was another like ridiculous story that I didn't share, which was I was in China. I had this thing where I've picked up kittens off the street a lot, and I was in China and it was really cold. And there was I was go to the library to like check my email where they had computers. This was like 1999 or 2000 or whatever. And then there was all these elderly Chinese men and women who would like do Tai Chi in front of the library, and it was really cold. And then there was a couple of them, they were kind of looking down on the floor, and there was this kitten that was still it was so young, it was blind still. And it was so tiny and it was so cold, and I felt, oh my gosh. And I just like picked that kitten. They were like, yeah, take it. I would just pick that kitten up, put it, and immediately had diarrhea all over me. And then I just like took him in my arms. I got in a cab and I was like, where am I going to go? And I knew another expat, this German woman who was a vet. So I go to her house, and she, does whatever she does. And like, I take this kitten home. And it was like my first experience having a baby. Like I had to syringe feed it, and like, it would keep me up at night. And it was actually really stressful. But one thing that happened was that I got fleas. And did I share this flea story in the book? The flea story? No, anyways, I had fleas. I got fleas to the point where I was burning my clothes. I could not get rid of them. The Chinese fleas are like powerful. And I mean, I literally burned my clothes, bought new clothes, could try everything. I put the cat in in a shelter place. Anyway, suffice to say that it got to the point where I'd moved into a hotel with new clothes. And one day, and then I went and had dinner with one of my classmates, and there were fleas on her because I had passed my fleas on to everyone. And here I am sitting at dinner and I see a flea because you become an expert at like spotting them once you have them. You're like they're on the bottom of the wall, like you notice stuff other people would notice because you've like so attuned to fleas. So then we're having dinner and I see this thing go boing like on her, and I'm like, oh my God. And I go back to the hotel and I'm like, take my clothes off, and I give them to the person. I open the door and I go in the shower and I just could not stop laughing, like howling. And I think it was just all this accumulated stress of it really is a stress reliever too, Sana. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I love
No,
that.
it's so good. And actually, it's true. I'm checking it. Like if you have a lot of grief, I mean, acute grief, you need to cry. You need to cry a lot. But when you're over the acute grief, to really get through it, laughing does it. And there's like so many benefits. Strong immune system. Like, I mean, and then
Right.
people start laughing to me. People are talking to me like they didn't before when I was like in my grief bubble. I mean, no one talked to me, but now people are talking to me all the time, and yeah, it's
We can
really
hear
nice.
that. Beautiful, Sana. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Hi, Pamela. Wait, you're still muted. Oh yeah.
There we go. Hi, Emma.
Hi.
Thank you. Good to see you again. And
Good to see you too.
I'm back home. I was the one in Key West
Oh
last
yes.
meeting.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm back home. But I wanted to say thank you so much overall for this book and this training. And I am of the group also that I would like to take it again. The time to give it proper attention and acknowledgement while you're working full time. It's a challenge to
Yes.
work it in. But I wanted to say that the section on the sovereign body this last week, I've been working my way up to this, but I finally joined a gym.
Yay.
And I went twice last week, and oh God, that was the ticket. I got to move and lift weights for an hour, and it just felt marvelous. And I thought, why have I been waiting so long to do this? Lots of things, fear, time, all of the reasons not to, oh, I'll be too tired, I'll be too sore, blah, blah, blah. And I finally just said, just go do it. And they're the nicest people. They're so welcoming. They're so supportive and engaging. You kind of have the thing of, oh, I won't be able to do the exercises. And no, they just go with you and tailor to your level. And it was great. And so it was a wonderful part of the book that I at first thought, well, yeah, that's the one that's hanging over my head, but now I'm doing something about it. And that feels good in itself too. But yes, I also am too going to take the course over and look forward to it because it's so vital to what I do for work as well. So I just wanted to say thank you so much.
Thank you, Pamela. That's so inspiring. Who's inspired right now? That is so inspiring. You're awesome. Thank you for sharing. Plus, you're meeting up a new community, right? You join a gym and suddenly you're meeting,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah, meeting some really cool people that are local for me, and
right.
they're just good folks. And community is huge. It's just
Everything.
so vital to a big part of this.
Yes, it
So
is.
I feel like I've met my community through this program, through this teaching, and again in my local area too. So thank you.
Thank you, Pamela. It's so great. I'm so grateful for your sharing. It's really wonderful.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Cam, you could make it this time.
Yeah, I made it. No grandkids hockey games. Hockey's all over. Yeah, no, it's been a wonderful course. I'm really glad I signed up. How many people signed up because of the Action for Happiness video? Raise your hand if you're an Action for Happiness person. Any others? We got a couple. So pure gift, right? Like I love Action for Happiness. Pre-COVID, I connected, I share them, I take notes, and you can snag the transcripts, right? And if you sign up, they'll give you the chat. So this morning I posted in this week, number 6, just some ideas for how we make this thing grow and continue. And in that is the happiness hacks, the chat from Action from Happiness. So that chat's there. A lot of stuff we've talked about in the course, but a wonderful community. That's one community you can join and sign up. So there were 27 people on the call. My sister and I both independently signed up for this course randomly. Like I had no idea she signed up. I had no idea she saw your webinar. My sister asked about kindness. That's Eleanor. And that's part of my passion, right? Is how do we encourage kindness and love? So yeah, it's been a great course. I dropped in the suggestions, Emma. I'm not sure if you saw it, the post earlier this morning for how we keep this alive. But 2 suggestions. One is like you can create an email list and maybe once a quarter, if you see a talk that's interesting, spam us. And like Action for Happiness, I shared David Rock's video this week. He's wonderful. I love David's work. I snagged the odd one. And luckily, I put 2 things in the chat. David responded to both. The humor one is mine. I asked him about humor. No one had listed it. And Santa, you would like. He said that's a cheat. That's a shortcut to reduce stress. And that reduces stress for everybody, right? It knocks the whole table down as people start to get stressed. And then my degree in adult ed, which I got halfway through before life changes, one of my papers was on humor and education. So a lot of ties that way. And the other one for keeping alive, how many people here have heard of a mastermind? Raise your hand. Emma, you not heard of a mastermind before?
I don't know if I have.
Oh, they're wonderful. So this goes back to Benjamin Franklin. That's in today's spam is his thing. I shared that self-published with my team because it's public domain. So you create a group, you get together. You can do all sorts of people monetize it. You don't need to, just use free Zoom. And then maybe it's something like you gather once a month, 20 minutes, somebody in the call reviews one of the chapters for the week or one lesson. You've got lesson 1, you rotate it. 20 minutes learning for the month. Maybe it's a TED talk you like, maybe it's a paper to read, something like that. In the 20 minutes, what's an issue you'd like to talk about? Is stress an issue in your life today? Is sleep an issue? What are your hacks? How do you incorporate nature into your life? How do you manage time and look for 2-for-1 activities? Anyway, just a thought, and we can maybe talk offline about having a mastermind. So those are my 2 suggestions for how we keep it alive. One would be quarterly talks, and the other would be a cohort mastermind. And if we've got more than 10 or 12 people, then maybe it's subgroups. Masterminds perform really well in 7 to 12 people in terms of change. Yeah, it's been a wonderful course. It lines up with so much. And touch. I flipped to people had Kelly Harding's webinar this week, and I thought it was 4 p.m. Eastern. It was in the UK. She was giving that talk, so it was actually 4 p.m. UK time, which was like 9 a.m. for me in Calgary. But she was asked a question of what's the most important thing for kindness? What's one thing you can do? And she mentioned self-kindness, kindness to self. Have anybody heard the touch story of kangaroo babies and kangaroo love? Ties into your kitten story, Emma. So that's comes from Colombia. The doctors have massive issues, not enough money. It's going to get worse because Mr. Trump. But they looked at how can we help these babies, and they went out and toured and they talked to a midwife. And she said, "Oh, I take the babies, I wrap them up, I tie them close to the mother's chest." 70% reduction in infant mortality in Colombia. So that's just a nice example of touch.
Thank you so much.
Really glad I signed up. I'm not going to take it again because I got a few other projects. I have too many projects. But anyway, it's been a great week.
Thank you, Cam. Yeah, no, I would be super happy if anybody wants to stay on at the end and think about how we can, just continue the learning together. I would love to discuss that. Maybe whoever wants to stay on at the end, we can do that. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are
Um,
you?
Good. I just want to say I was introduced to you by a podcast you did with Dan Harris too many years ago. Um, I know it was at least 3, 4 years ago, and I was really taken away. I'm not going to go into that. I just thought what you presented was terrific. And then I read actually both of your books, your first one and then Sovereign. And I thought to myself, okay, do I know kind of know this stuff? Do I really need to take the course? And I'm so happy that I did. It's just been terrific. And I would say you asked, I think one of the other participants, like what stood out, and there are so many things, but I would say the main thing, or one of the main things, is just being aware, being awake, awareness, and being awareness in every minute of your life, not just while you're meditating. And to me, that was just among other unbelievable takeaways. So thank you very much. And I do, as everybody else does, I want to retake it as well because there's so much content there. It's hard to take it all in at one time.
Yes.
So thank you.
Thank you so much, Jeff. And yeah, that's really the core of it all, is that awareness.
Yeah.
Right. And when we can stay in that place as much as we can, right? We can be aware and then, oh, all of a sudden not aware and something happens or you get upset or whatever. But
You have to remember.
the more we can stay in that awareness, which starts to happen naturally, the more you meditate, the more that just continues into your day, then you're less trapped in the, matrix, for a better lack of a better word, of the thoughts, feelings, the drama, and can breathe and approach it from a place that's more aligned with ourselves, right? So I love that. Thank you so much, Jeff.
Thank you.
Manisha? I think Manisha raised her hand. It says Manisha raised hand. Did Manisha want to talk? Okay.
No, sorry, it was by mistake. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. Okay. Does anyone else have something they want to ask or share or talk about? Yeah, Lori.
Yes, hi. I've been following you for many, many years. I saw you at Soho House maybe like 7 or 8 years ago when your first book came out, and then also at Nalanda at the in New York City. So I love your authenticity. There's so many people out there, but your kindness and your big heart come shining through. So thank you. I'm so happy that you offered this class, and I'm enjoying it. I'm doing it very slowly. I just did a teacher training for Yoga Nidra because I had some health issues and it really helped me with my pain. So anyway, thank you for bringing this beautiful work to the world and your beautiful self. I'm very grateful to you.
You're so sweet. Thank you, Lori, for everything you do. Wonderful. Are there any questions yeah, Jennifer.
I'd just like to second what everyone's contributed, but I also wanted to add that I read your happiness book years ago and I got a ton out of it, but reading your book and then doing this course with it, it's not just next level, it's like next level. So the applied aspects, the prompts that you use, the specific questions were just so rich. And I don't think I would have gotten nearly as much out of the book had I not done this interactive experience with you and gotten all that color commentary and then had the group contributing and experiencing it with us. So I just wanted to say it's a fantastic format and thank you so much. I agree. Thank you for your light and everything you put into the world.
Oh, Jennifer, thank you so much. I don't know if I told you guys this last time, but the book, I really felt like it came to me and it asked to be written. Did I share this with you last time? Yeah, it was during the pandemic and it just kept coming and it was kind of like knocking on my door, just like, hey, want to write me? Because otherwise I'm going elsewhere. And I really felt, okay, I felt that pulse, the energy, that the message needed to come out right now for these times, bumpy times we've been in for the last, 5-6 years, right? And it's like it's meant for now, so I sometimes don't feel like I can take responsibility for the book or even the course. Like, it's a message that is just supposed to be right now, I feel like, and it's supposed to help people be aligned with themselves and be at their fullest sovereign potential to help themselves and others, so that's how it's felt. And I'm so glad that you're feeling that too, that you're feeling that benefit. Cam, and then Sana.
Yeah, just as you mentioned, like these times, like the one thing David Rock hammered hard was the responsibility as leaders, and we're all leaders, right? Like having a positive outlook is just so critical today because the impact of negative people can be so, and it's contagious. Like positive, negative is contagious, and so. But the other one in your book, you come about the person who was overweight and all that, and doctors prescribing more pills. Last year, I saw a report on chronic pain. It didn't list music. I go like, sorry, it'd be a swear word, but I just read the book on by I mentioned Deepak Chopra, not Deepak, Sanjeev, his brother, and he had a whole chapter on medicine, music, and health. And then the other Canadian, Daniel Levine, just wrote the book "Music is Medicine." I go, how can they do that in 2023? Publish a book that doesn't, an article that doesn't mention music and chronic pain. And that was my first explorer of AI. I can share that. But and it was sort of neat. I asked AI only use international sites well respected like CDC, all that kind of stuff. And the only Canadian site that came back was the University of McGill, Daniel Levine's site on the benefits of music and chronic pain. Right. Your book mentions music, but nice just to share about doctors. They miss you.
Thank you, Cam. Yes, that and we actually ran a study on chronic pain with the loving kindness meditation that I, recommended in the first module that's on the Sattva app as well, and found that it reduced the experience. So when you think about pain, it seems like several people are struggling with pain. It's from a scientific perspective, it's both the psychological aspect of pain and then the physical aspect of pain. And the physical aspect of pain, you can't necessarily control so much. But the psychological aspect of pain can increase that pain or decrease it. And we found that through practicing like loving kindness meditation, the pain decreased for people. And I think that one of the reasons is because of both the self-compassion, compassion for other, that it entrains you and brings that psychological relief. So that's really, really powerful. Thank you for sharing. Sana? And then Mike.
Well, everything froze, so I missed here a bit. Okay, I can take down my hand. Yes, so I was fortunate to hear about you with your first book, Emma, and the TED Talk. And that, how long it was 6 years ago or 7?
10 years. 10 years.
Oh, 10 years. Okay, so I followed you since then. And I've written, I'm a health doctor, I've written some books, and I wrote about happiness and how it's a decision, like all the big wise people, the gurus, they say that since forever. So happiness is a decision. But you who are like researching and working with it, how has that changed? Because when I started talking about that, everyone considered happiness as, like stupid or less serious or less necessary. I mean, joy, happiness, but have you noticed that it's been taken more serious now? That is because it actually is. And I want to add one thing when it comes to pain. The body, the physics side, inflammation gives pain. You can do a lot with the pain. That is like changing diet, anti-inflammatory foods. I just want to say that quickly. But my question is about if you have felt that it's taken more seriously and it's not like so stupid or considered less important, or
yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the traditional medical model, there's always an emphasis on fixing what's wrong, right? So we got mental health issue, how do we fix that, right? And what we're looking at is not just that, but like, how do we teach tools for flourishing, tools for resilience, tools for well-being, you know? And I think one, because of the pathologizing of negative states, also there's a sense also that you can never feel bad, and if you feel bad, there's something wrong with you. But you can't actually ever really feel good if you don't feel bad. This is a point that's actually in the Art of Living course, this idea that the opposites, you know, it's really hard. If you never feel anxiety, you also don't know what peace feels like. And it's all part of the human experience, but how can we sort of embrace it all? And I think there's obviously been an interest in happiness. Most happiness books have been, you know, people have bought them, you know, people are seeking happiness. I just sometimes our society teaches us the wrong thing about happiness. You know, it's in subtle ways. We learn that in order to be happy, we have to consume things and achieve things, or look a certain way, or eat a certain thing, or consuming or achieving more money or more power or whatever is going to give us that. And it's so subtle that you almost don't see it, right? It's just everywhere. And so when you don't feel good, it's like, oh, there must be something wrong with me. It's like, well, not necessarily, but what we haven't learned is that our greatest happiness does come from when we are contributing in some way, or we're connecting in a positive way with other people or with our own loved ones. When we find peace, more inner peace, or ways to come back to inner peace, to balance the chaotic speed of our current lifestyle, which is quite extraordinary. I mean, I know the research shows that every year the speed of our life increases, right? So we live in an extreme time of high speed and overstimulation compared to, say, 50 years ago, right? There's so much coming at us. It's extreme in that sense. And so we need to find other forms, other things that can help balance that, which I call meditation is extreme, right? It's extreme to sit there with your eyes closed and not do anything. That is extreme, but you need that extremity to bring balance to the speed, the information, it's over 60,000 gigabytes of information every day coming at us. And, I know many of us now have boundaries with how much we let in. And still, things are moving quick. People are expecting responses. You're getting texts and this is happening. So it's about balance. I really think what we're seeking is that balance when we're aligned with ourselves, and we can just show up. Oh, I can show up patient for my children. I can show up present for my colleagues. I can, and I can find joy in the little moments. I can find gratitude for just being alive, So yeah, in terms of people, I think people are always interested in how do I increase our well-being, but what my goal is how can we provide more education on how to achieve that, And I think that's what's missing. That's what's been missing in our education, and also in just the messages we get.
But do you see now that I understand, yeah, there is a change now. And because the thing is that where we put our energy, we get more of. So we can't get more health by focusing on the disease. We've got to focus on creating health. And it's the same with you. We got to focus on creating happiness and well-being. Otherwise, we're not going to get happy and well-being by taking away the problems. It's like the system we have now is really a little screwed up.
Yeah. Yes. And so that's where we each have our sovereign ability to let me integrate some of these things into my life. Let me set boundaries with my technology. Let me take time every day to cultivate my nervous system into a place of greater peace. Let me be aware. Let me move with awareness. Let me consume with awareness. So yeah, I think people are naturally going there, because we do need to find an answer to how to find balance in the chaos, how to find resilience despite what's happening, right? Mike?
Yeah, hi, connecting from Tampere in Finland.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I do have a question, because I think a lot of us found this course and maybe the book because we were looking for something. But I wonder do you have experience with the message that you have, the framework of saying it, the fact that it's based on research, I think is quite powerful. But do you have experience how to open up to people who are skeptical of then, like the recommendations, oh, just breathing, oh, just being, just meditating. Is that so simple? Do you have experience with those kind of people?
Absolutely. Yes. And I'm a skeptic myself. I love skeptics and I love cynics because I was, I am myself, I'm a cynic or a skeptic, I should say. Yes, I always just say two things. One, I say, follow the data. Here's the data. Okay, that's one. This is the science. Okay. And two, don't believe anything. Don't believe the science. Don't believe me unless it's a product of your own experience. And there I'm plagiarizing from the Buddha. The Buddha said this. He said, don't believe me unless it's a product of your own experience. And that's what I also say. And when I say that, people relax. The skeptics relax. They're like, okay, fine. Like she's not trying to push anything down my throat. She's showing me the data and telling me to go look for myself. And that's where you have to invite people to go look for themselves. And some of them will, and some of them won't. Those who will may realize they're sitting on a gold mine. Those who don't, well, they don't, not yet, maybe later, but that's what I say. Here's the data, A, and two is go look for yourself. Try this for yourself, but don't walk past the experiment, don't walk by the possibility of changing your life. And then people have the freedom of choice. They have the freedom of choice.
Maybe a follow-up on that one.
Yeah.
Have you worked with groups also? Like not just individuals, but...
Yes. So that's what I do, actually. I mean, I teach executives at the Yale School of Management. So that's my job at Yale. And so I teach groups of executives all the time, and I'm teaching them about positive leadership. So you learned a little bit about the positive leadership in the relationships module. And I teach them emotional intelligence, and I tell them to breathe, and I tell them to do these things. And then I show them the data and I give them a little experience. But even like the positive leadership, right? So I've written 2 articles for Harvard Business Review, which I'd linked in the relationships chapter, which Cam also made comments on. And they're linked back to the data. Like, you want to do better, like this is what the data shows. And you can go look at the original research if you want. So people are skeptical. And the reason they're skeptical is because this is not how we've been doing things in the past. This is not how our ancestors did it. This is not how leaders 50 years ago did it. So there's skepticism because we're used to doing what's always been done. But these times call for us to be doing what's better. And things are changing. Yeah. Yeah. Mike, if there's specific things that you're trying to communicate to someone, let me know. I can dig up some articles for you.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still working on the questions.
Yeah. If it's work related, like those Harvard Business Review articles, that's usually what I recommend. Just like, hey, slip this on your boss's desk or bring it up as a, for a discussion, maybe read and discuss or, and if it's work related, I recommend Kim Cameron's books on positive leadership. Like really, those are a couple of those and they're really great. And they're all the data. Yeah.
Okay.
Prem, Fatima, I never know how to call you. You have another name too, I think.
No, just Prem, yeah.
I saw your name come up as Fatima last time, I think. Online.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for your course. I got to know your work like around 10 years ago, thanks to a friend here in Helsinki. He's a teacher of the art of living. His name is Tapio.
Oh, I love Tapio. He's
I think he says greetings to you. And so I was living in Helsinki and then I moved to the US. So he talked he talked about you and your work and that's how I got to know your work and I felt connected right away of what you do and how you explain things and how your research and I just want to say thank you so much for everything you share and your books and this course and I'm a yoga teacher and an Ayurvedic practitioner, and so I've been working on also myself for a long time, and but I have to say that your course allowed me to kind of when, for example, when looking at the imprints, I know they are there, but it helped me to, I don't know how to express it, but like to open a door and go step forward to say, okay, I am aware of this, but I wanted to take action and transform this, and I don't need them anymore. They don't serve me anymore. So it's kind of like, peel that and take that skin off and move forward and work on that in a more tangible, I don't know how to pronounce it, but way.
Yes.
So and also I feel that I need more time still to do the course. So I would appreciate to be able to join again in April, because I feel there is so much information and a lot to assimilate and to work and to put into practice, that it's really, I really need more time.
Oh, thank you so much, Prem. What was an imprint that you felt like you could see and let go of?
First, feeling not respected.
Yeah.
Was one of them. And then self-criticism and criticizing others, like, or also like, for example, when there's a conflict with a person, instead of stopping there and being mindful about the situation. Okay, what do I need right now? That's what I learned from your course. Before, I was kind of putting more fire into more wood into the fire, kind of, or when I knew, it's like, oh my goodness, I don't want to do this, but I didn't know how to stop it. And especially it was hard because I was doing it with close people, like kind of family, and I felt like it was not helpful at all for anybody, and I didn't know how to stop it. So that was one of the,
wow, that's powerful.
Your course really helped me to raise awareness and kind of change that.
Wow, Prem, thank you so much. That's really powerful. And if any of you are interested in Ayurveda, Prem is our go-to person now, because I shared that practice in the body, the oil, the Abhyanga.
Yeah,
Prem
it's
is
really good. I also did it after postpartum, and I do it every week and pretty much every day. But it really was helpful also in that period of time when after giving birth, and it was like, you feel so tired, and it's like a 10 minutes or 15 minutes for yourself.
Well, thank you for sharing, Prem.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Hi, Irene.
Hi, I'd like to ask you, like, where should I get oil for this Ayurveda?
I'm going to let, do you live in the US?
Yes, yeah, in San Francisco, yeah.
Okay. There's a brand called Banyan Botanicals, and then there's another one called I'm going to put these in the chat. You can just explore those oils. Yeah.
So much.
But I think you can also just use, whatever oil, like almond oil, sesame oil. Prem is your go-to person. Maybe she can be our local Ayurvedic consultant that you can reach out to. She will be able to tell you better. Anybody else wanted to share anything or ask anything? Yeah, so it sounds like there was too much material in the course. Is that right? I need to skim it. Should I trim it down for the next iteration? No trimming. Okay, no trimming. Okay.
Well, I have, yeah. It's like I'm taking this course in presenter mastery, and they say that you should take away, you do everything you want, and then you take away 20%, because there's always an overkill and people get overwhelmed. So when you actually use 20%, it's going to come through much stronger. So that's just a suggestion. I don't know, 10, 20%, like a little less.
Just a little less, right? I did feel, but when I was putting it together, by the end, I was like, oh, maybe there's too much. But like the intuition chapter, I put more audio, so then I decided to put less text and less video and remove the ebook. So it's like I was trying to make it more manageable, but I will take a look. Thank you so much, Lisa.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm stuck. I don't know where I'm stuck in the course, and it's not being stuck. It's more. I found the amount is great, and it's more me making it a priority, and I love the depth in the course, because I understand we can still have access to it, and so yeah, so I think it's, for me, it's perfect. It's just I need to make time for it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and I think that's everyone's challenge, right? We all have busy lives, but okay. And Jeff?
I just was as another point of view, there is a lot there, and it may be hard to get into 8 weeks, but by virtue of the fact that you can do it at your own pace and come back to it, I like everything that was there. So, that's the other side of the coin. Just take your, like you had said, take your time. Instead of a chapter a week, it could be a chapter every 2 weeks on your own.
Yeah.
So that's just my 1 cent's worth.
Yeah, maybe it should be 6 months instead of 6 weeks.
If you have the time.
Or every 2 weeks. Wonderful. Jasmine, hi.
Hi, Emma. Hi, everyone. I think I want to share the difference this time versus the last time for me. I think to see if everyone needs it, I start using a free app called Screen Zen, Zen, because I find myself just unable with everything that's going on right now. I just wasn't able to sit there and focus, engage with the material, or just read, just to calm my mind, calm everything. And before this period, cell phone is already a distraction. But I think with everything right now is even more distraction. So I reach out online to find what can help. So I got into this free app called ScreenSend. So it will really limit what's taking most of my time, like the social platform, YouTube, Instagram. So I limit that. So once I start limit that and put it into practice, and it really worked for me for 11 days straight, I was able to pick up my Kindle, pick up my book, and really sit there and reread the chapter of Sovereign and really engage the period. So that really helped me a lot. And I look forward in April to spend more time from the beginning of the book, because I kind of stopped after chapter 2, just couldn't focus on it anymore. So, and also I think, thank you, Emma, for the book. I think I'm so glad you write it out, and you listen to your heart, and then you write it all in the book and share with the world. I found you on podcast that's Psychologist Off the Clock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you were on Psychologist Off the Clock, and it was a really new podcast I was listening to. Very fun, three people chatting together. They invite you on. And I think while I listening to that hour of show, right away afterward, I found your book on Sovereign, and then I bought it. And then I start reading, and it just echo with me so much, so powerful. And then I think somehow, somehow maybe because I subscribe to your newsletter, so they found out that there's this course offering. So I think, I really email you guys and be like, whenever it's out, I don't think the website is even out yet. Like when it's out, like signing in, I want to know when it's starting, how much it is, because reading it's one thing, being able to practice it and be mindful about it yourself, it take another additional effort. So definitely join this live workshop, be with a community, hearing everyone sharing how they change throughout the course. It's all like fuel for me to keep going and keep engaging with the book. And
Amazing, Jasmine. Thank you so much for sharing. Loved having you on the course.
Thank you.
Yeah, I still remember your sharing from last time too. That was so sweet. The elevator story, right? I love that. Yeah. Thank you all. Like I said, I'd love to think about, how we continue or how we can, keep up. Of course, there's the next course, but if there's something we can do to keep spreading this message of hope for people, that's hope and possibility, that's, I think, what people need. And that's my goal. I always just ask in my heart, please make me an instrument of what is needed right now. And so, we can, you can let me know. You can send me a message, or after we are done with this Q&A, if people want to stay online, I've got a few more minutes we can chat. Does anyone want to share anything else before we adjourn? Want to ask anything?
Well,
Just thank you so much.
I caught the energy of the group.
Wow, beautiful, Sana.
And it's actually, I don't know why it's hollow, or it's like see-through heart. I never did that before, but whatever.
It's beautiful. Lisa, did you unmute yourself?
Yeah, just thank you so much for this course. It's been fantastic, and I look forward to continuing to work through the book and all the lessons, and join in April when you offer it again. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll be sending out on the newsletter when the next one will be, so you can mark your calendars. Should we do every 2 weeks then for the next iteration, do you think? Should it be a 12-week course? Yeah.
What I would do, to be honest, just because it takes me a long time to reflect on some of the questions, and I'll write, and then I'll go and I'll be processing, kind of incubating on it, I'll come back to it. And so it wasn't even that I was too busy. I actually needed more time to think through it and really reflect on it and pull pieces of my life out. And then to Sana's point in the chat, stuff then also bubbles up. And then you're just sort of trying to probably manage what that is and everything else like that. So I would say, just from a synthesis and applied standpoint, every 2 weeks would be great.
So every 2 weeks. Okay. Yeah. Every 2 weeks. And do we have the good amount? Anyways, Sakina actually put together a beautiful little survey. If you wouldn't mind, Sakina, popping it into the group chat, and then you can fill that out at your, just kind of giving feedback on stuff. And that sounds good. So that it'll make it a 12-week course. Then I hope that's
Emma, it's Cam. Just one thing to watch is watch the calendar, right? Like summer's coming. So 6 weeks gets you to mid-June. And that would be like, I know with I've mentioned, you're all invited to our kind of club, which is Kelly Harding's once a month kindness group. And we sort of watch holidays, and that would be my concern. Just map it out.
Okay.
Anyway.
Thank you, Cam. Great idea. Yeah, Sakina just threw this survey in. If you guys want to just, if you haven't already done that via email, that's super helpful, so I know how to make it better. And then, thank you, everyone. And if anybody wants to stay on for a little bit until my little boys storm in here, they'll be here any moment. We can think about, any other ideas you have for